If you think the people who walk away from your life are gone forever, think again. Sometimes they do not come back because they miss you. They come back because they finally see something they want. My name is Iris Archer. I am 33 years old, and 2 weeks ago, my mother knocked on my front door for the first time in 9 years. She stood there holding a small suitcase and a handwritten list demanding $925,000 for retirement, medical bills, a mortgage, and my sister's son's college fund. She never hugged me. She never asked about my children. She never apologized. Instead, she looked me in the eyes and said, "We need to talk about the family's future." What she did not know was that I had been preparing for this moment for nearly a decade. Hidden inside the bottom drawer of my desk was a navy blue binder containing 29 pieces of evidence, every returned birthday card, every ignored voicemail, every rejected family photo, every cruel message passed through relatives, every single reminder that my family had chosen to erase me from their lives. She came with one page asking for money. I was waiting with 9 years of receipts. Our story began when I was 24 years old in a small Ohio town where my younger sister, Paige, had always been the favorite. After earning a full scholarship to college, I met Marcus Ellison, the kindest and most patient man I had ever known. We built a quiet, loving relationship, and eventually he asked me to spend the rest of my life with him. The moment I told my parents we were getting married, everything fell apart. My mother warned me that because Marcus was biracial, I was choosing him over my family. A few days later, she sent me a handwritten letter saying that if I married him, they would never support the marriage and I should never expect to come home again. I folded that letter, placed it in a folder, and kept it. Marcus and I married in a simple courthouse ceremony, surrounded by people who genuinely loved us. His mother, Cora, welcomed me like I had always belonged in her family. My parents never showed up. When I mailed them our wedding photo, it came back unopened. That became the very first page inside my binder. For years, I refused to give up. I mailed birthday cards, Christmas cards, anniversary cards, family updates, and photos. Every envelope came back stamped "Return to sender." My father sent one short text saying my mother needed time. My sister posted smiling family pictures online that never included me. Every rejection became another page in the binder. While they erased me from their lives, Marcus and I quietly built our own. We started Compliance Core, a software company helping small businesses manage financial compliance. He built the technology while I managed the numbers. We spent countless nights working until sunrise, believing that one day our sacrifices would matter. Then our twins, Liam and Sophie, were born. I mailed ultrasound pictures, birth announcements, and baby photos to my parents. Every single one came back unopened. Meanwhile, Cora became the only grandmother my children would ever know. She celebrated every birthday, comforted every sickness, and loved my children without conditions. She never shared our last name, but she showed up every single time. As the years passed, our company slowly became successful. Friends from my hometown started telling me that my mother had suddenly become interested in Marcus and our business. Then screenshots from an accidental family group chat revealed the truth. My mother and sister had been secretly tracking our company's value. They discussed how much money we would have after going public and carefully planned the best way to ask us for it. They even created a financial list because they believed I would respond to numbers. That confirmed everything I had suspected for years. Soon afterward, Paige contacted me for the first time in 9 years. During lunch, she asked dozens of questions about our house, our finances, our company, and our lifestyle. She never apologized once. I added another page to the binder. Months later, Compliance Core went public on NASDAQ. Overnight, Marcus and I became worth millions on paper. Suddenly, my father left emotional voicemails saying how proud he was. My mother sent a carefully written message about rebuilding our family. Yet somehow she still managed to avoid saying the 2 words that mattered most. "I am sorry." Then she arrived at my front door carrying her list. After she finished reading every financial request, I quietly walked to my office and returned with my navy blue binder. One by one, I placed every returned birthday card, ignored voicemail, rejected family photograph, cruel message, and screenshot across the kitchen table. I reminded her that she had rejected every attempt I made to keep our family together. She had never met her grandchildren because she had chosen pride over love. When she realized I had documented everything, she stopped crying and became defensive. She insisted I had abandoned the family. I looked her in the eyes and reminded her of the letter she wrote telling me never to come home again. Just then, Marcus walked into the kitchen, quietly sat beside me, and rested his hand on my shoulder. He never argued. He never interrupted. His silent support said everything that needed to be said. Finally, I slid her list back across the table. I told her I would never give her a single dollar. Not because I could not afford it, but because accepting her request would allow her to rewrite 9 years of deliberate silence as nothing more than a misunderstanding. If she truly wanted to know my children, she would have to earn that opportunity with honesty, accountability, and a genuine apology. She picked up her suitcase, folded her list, and walked out without another word. A few weeks later, my father called again. This time he apologized without mentioning money. I agreed to slowly rebuild trust through phone calls, one conversation at a time. My mother never reached out again. My sister sent one final message saying I could have just helped. I never replied. The navy blue binder still sits in the bottom drawer of my desk, with 29 documented reminders of every choice that brought us to that moment. I hope I never have to add another page, because in the end, I learned something that no amount of money can ever buy. Family is not defined by blood. Family is defined by presence. The people who stand beside you when your dreams are uncertain, your bank account is empty, and your future is unclear, are your real family. The ones who only return after your success becomes valuable or simply visitors from your past. And if there is one lesson I hope you take from my story, it is this. Never confuse someone's interest in your success with genuine love. Real love shows up long before the numbers ever do,